Now it's massage before lunch. We're out on the veranda massaging Prabhupada. I've been with him now a year. So Srutakirti says, what's your opinion? What should I do? Go to Australia, rest, or go to Rath Yatra in London? I'm behind them. So I didn't answer his question. I said, well, Prabhupada, I said, I think you're going to go to London because there'll be thousands of people there and you're going to speak. He says, you understand. That's all he said, you understand. So he has lunch, takes a nap for half an hour, gets up, he rings the bell. I say, call him. So I called him. These are his big, oh, come, they sit down. He said, so, what is your conclusion? What do they say? The opposite. You should go to Australia and rest. He just shakes his head. Because he was trying to teach us. This is the person, Prabhupada. You never stop. Nothing's going to stop you from doing your service. So, of course, he went to Rath Yatra in London. They made all arrangements for him so he could sit in the Vyasasana because he was weak. He wasn't going to be in front. But he never sat down. That video is there. You can see the Prabhupada at Rath Yatra. I spent most of my time just trying to keep people away because he's dancing, for a couple of miles in front of the cart. So much so, he created so much disturbance. The police, the bobbies, one of them came up to me early on and he said, you have to tell them, everyone knew he was the man, he was the leader. He said, you have to tell your leader to sit down. He's making because they thought, this was one of the first Rath Yatras, so they thought we were going to be like a marching band and everybody in unison. Devotees, you can't, like we say, like herding cats, In New York, we're supposed to be on this side of the street and they're all leaning in, cars are going and the police are pushing us. You can't control the devotees. So he said, you have to tell your leader to, control these people. He said, otherwise we're going to have to stop the festival. Imagine, stop this parade, he says to me. So, Prabhupada's dancing. He's there with his hands in the air. He was sick. He didn't look sick. His hand, everybody in here, he's jumping. That's what probably induced all of us. He was going to make it a grand festival on his own. And he was just doing it. So he goes like this. He turns around. He sees my face. I didn't get one word out. He just did a pirouette. He did a 360. He just went around, saw me, and just kept spinning. Like that was it. He said, what could you possibly have to say to me? So I went to the policeman. I said, you're welcome to speak to him. And he didn't even attempt it. Then the parade went on for 2 miles. Prabhupada sang and danced and just enlivened everyone. And then he delivered this very powerful lecture there, with the statue of Nelson. Yes, Admiral Nelson. It was in the paper the next day how our Rath Yatra carts, challenged Nelson there. So Prabhupada was so happy. That day, he conquered England. Imagine his whole lifetime, right? He went to his Prabhupada, said, what are we going to do? We're under British rule. Right? That was his very first statement to his guru. How can we deliver Lord Chaitanya's message? Who's going to listen to us? And what did he say? It's beyond all of that. No, never mind that. But this was the point. Prabhupada conquered England. All those years of subjugation. I thought, now, he was so happy. Now, of course, you see the manner. They put their signs out right before Janmashtami. Avoid this road these days because there'll be 50,000 cars driving into the temple to see their lordships. So much so, he took over England. So thank you for that, yes.